Hi, good afternoon and welcome back to the Digital Craftsmen channel. I'm Frank Sullivan and this is Mikhail Drescher.
Hello again.
Mikhail is our Senior Solutions Architect and today we are going to be talking about phishing, not for compliments, phishing as defined
For passwords, user identities and other information that's supposed to be protected.
spear phishing, cat phishing, you name it. Phishing is the topic of the week. So, Mikhail, what is phishing?
Remember last time we talked about the computer asking you to tell him or make it satisfied who you are that you claim to be?
No, I didn't watch the last episode.
You did. Okay. In a nutshell, when the computer wants to know who you are, you have to answer at least two challenges. First of all, giving a username. The second one is a moderately to very complex password against that. And then the computer then matches it against a record. And then at some point when it matches, the computer says yes. And then says, okay, for all I know, you are who you claim to be. Now, consider someone evil. You consider I want to be you in the eyes of the computer, but I don't know your username, I don't know your password. What I then can do is deploy some strategies to pry information from you that you're not supposed to give me.
So, how does phishing work from the perspective of an attacker?
Attackers have various different ways of how to get information that is supposed to be protected. One is brute force by breaking into the system, physically into the data center, electronically through computers, through vulnerabilities, security vulnerabilities, which we are talking about in another episode, and other means. One of the easiest means actually is if they use or know your username and password. And phishing, in that sense, means to make you, as the subject of the attack, believe that I have the authority to ask you to give me your username or your password. Or in a different flavor of that is with social engineering, asking lateral information, like knowing your birth year, for example, because a lot of people use their birth year in the password, or the name of your siblings or your mother, or where you've been born and things like that. And asking that gives them valuable information to combine into possible passwords that you might use. So with that, that is phishing for information. Phishing for stuff they can combine to guess or actually know your username and password. And when they know that, when they can confirm that that's actually the correct one, they can log in just as you are. Which is where, we haven't talked about it in the last episode, but the white paper that you mentioned has it in there. MultiFactor Authentication says even if your username and password have been leaked through whatever means, it's getting more and more obvious when with sites, with public sites using your email address, for example, as your username. When that information is leaked, attackers, phishers already have one half of the information, the username. They only need the other half, the password. They're already halfway down the road for successful phishing and information leak attempt.
So let's give our viewers a simple example. Let's say I'm an innocent user, you send me an email that appears to be from a legitimate service, like the tax office.
Yes, or the bank, for example.
Or the bank.
Very popular example.
Much more likely. So you're the bank, you're sending me what looks like an official email. It's got my name on it, it's got a cool signature that looks legit. But the link that you direct me to, it's not barclays.co.uk, it's barclays.net, for example, or barclaysbank2.net. So it doesn't, the website was very well done, it looks very sophisticated, it looks like my bank's website, but it's not really, it's a fake website.
It's a fake, exactly, it's a fake that makes you believe that it is valid.
So when I get to the login page, where it's directed me to enter my username and password, or more likely the email has said they've been hacked and I have to reset my username and password.
Exactly, yes.
I go onto this fake website created by the attacker, the hacker, and enter my email, my password, and then...
Because they have control over the fake website, you submit your information, your secure information that's not supposed to be submitted somewhere else, into that website, and what they do is they fake a successful response to you. But what they actually do is use that to take over control of your account. What you see in accounts typically is with your bank or with your company, with the tax office, that there's certain personal information in there, telephone numbers and others that are used or supposed to be used to verify that the request to change the password is authentic.
For example, I may have inadvertently put in my username and password, but I know that my bank sends me a text message on my phone and asks me to put in a response code or a challenge code as part of two-factor authentication. So
I was about to get to that. That is a means, typically through a different medium, a different channel of communication. You know, it's not good if the channel of communication between your laptop and the bank is compromised through whatever means, and you already have leaked your information, and use the same channel, the same medium for a second challenge. One-time passwords and things like that. Therefore, it's called multi-factor authentication, because the second factor or the third or the fourth, if you want to do that, are through different mediums, either a list of transaction codes, which used to be very popular.
Like my secure key.
That's another one, yes. The third one is, which is more and more widespreadly deployed these days, is one-time passwords or codes sent to you by text to a registered phone number. So that has two benefits. First of all, it makes it more secure, because even if people try to listen into your conversation with the bank, they can do that either over the phone or over the your Wi-Fi connection or your internet connection to the bank, but they have to know an awful lot about you to make sure that if they listen to two independent channels, to make sure that they're actually combined into one login process. The second point is, even if you have inadvertently leaked your username and password, the attackers can't use it, because the one-time password would be sent to your mobile phone number instead of theirs. And without entering the one-time password, they won't get into the account.
So there you have it. Even firewalls and spam filters can't get all of these phishing emails, or sometimes it's a new phishing attack that hasn't been reported yet. And even the most discerning of individuals working for your company could be spoofed into giving away their username and password, and hence not just compromise their own data, but the security and the data of your company. And as Mikkel has rightly mentioned, the best way to mitigate against this risk is to enable multi-factor authentication to dramatically reduce the risks and reduce the chances of someone being able to get in through one channel.
A general advice: if you get emails that ask for confirming usernames and passwords, be very, very suspicious. That's the reasons why banks in particular always send reminder emails. We will never ask you for your password on the website. Never ever do that.
Be suspicious of links and emails that may appear to come from a reputable source, and definitely ask your company about implementing multi-factor authentication for your services. Thank you very much.